Hi Digital Planners, this is Tina Phillips from A Wild Plan, and this is my second video on just the whole walkthrough of working with GoodNotes 4 and 5 and just in general digital planner files and how to play with them. And I did the first video was on downloading from Etsy, and I covered just all the various files, and now I'm going to just look at taking stuff that you've already worked in GoodNotes 4 and bringing it over into GoodNotes 5. And right now I'm in GoodNotes 4. And what I would recommend, if you open up GoodNotes 5, it will ask you, hey, do you want to move all your stuff to GoodNotes 5? And you can absolutely try that. I'm very conservative when it comes to things like that. I want to make sure I do what I can to cull, because there's going to be some stuff in there that I don't want anymore. And I just don't want to keep making the pile bigger and bigger. It's good practices to actually go through your stuff and throw away things that you're not using anymore. So I'm just going to kind of go through the process. And if you haven't already, you need to back up all of your stuff. I'm a big believer in that. Back up, back up, back up. If you already have auto backup and everything's already backed up, great. If you want to be paranoid like me, you can go ahead and go into your options menu and go ahead and say backup all, and you just kind of tell it where to back up to. And it looks like it's unlinked. They've unlinked GoodNotes 4 from using files, because I'm not really seeing that anymore. I always see the individual things. But back it up to whatever drive you want, your iCloud drive, whatever. That's just good practice in case you need to go back to something if you need it. And then that way you also have all your stuff, and you don't have to bring it all into 5, but you still have a copy of it when you need it. So, okay, I'm going to say that I've already backed up all my stuff. I'm going to get out of the options menu and say I have, right now I have like a ton of categories of different stuff. And I'm just to keep it clean and simple, I'm just going to use this one planner. And I've kind of renamed it to say 2.5 because I have a lot of similar names in my planners that I have. So I want you to be able to see it. So when you want to export something from 4 to 5, what you need to do is to save it as a GoodNotes file. And I will go over what happens if you try to save other things outside. So what you're going to do in the upper right-hand corner, you have that little edit button. And when you click it, it tells you to select whatever you're trying to select. And I will tell you, when you're trying to export a file like this, you can only do it one at a time. So even though it says select all, or you can select multiples, it's not going to let you. It will only let you do one at a time. This is also, by the way, when you're organizing your files, this is what you would also do when you want to move or duplicate. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, you can move or duplicate. I always recommend when you first buy a planner to save the original somewhere. And this is how you would do it. You just select it, duplicate it, save it in another category called originals or masters, whatever you want. That way you always have something to start from and you don't have to go far to find it. So we're exporting right now though. So we've selected the planner. We want to hit export, and you can rename it whatever you want to. And I'm going to look at the formats that it exports as. Now, a lot of people make the misunderstanding of saving it as a PDF because that's the original format that their planner came in. And you can save it as a PDF, however, it will flatten everything. So if you have images and your handwriting, all kinds of goodies in your stuff, it will no longer be editable. It will just flatten all of it, save it out, and you could. It's a nice way to save it or to send it to someone that you don't want them messing with it, or if you want to send it to print, that's how you could do that. Although some of the printers, like I don't really set mine for print format. You can try. I mean, it'll look okay, but I mean, it's not like it's going to be high resolution art or anything. The GoodNotes document is where it's going to keep all of your stuff as separate pieces. It'll keep it as it is within GoodNotes. So you want to select that one. An image where I think that's only just one page at a time, and you can actually do that. I actually did that as a plus bonus in my teacher's thing, where I actually created those little certificates of good, good behavior and stuff like that, where you can actually send one page and email it to somebody if you want to. So you can kind of do digital postcards, which I thought was kind of a neat idea. But right now we're just going to save it to GoodNotes document. That's it. So go back to export options. We're going to save it here. This is what we're going to save it. We're going to keep the name that's there. We want to hit export, and it gives me the options of where to save it. I want to select Dropbox, and I'm going to go ahead, go to my GoodNotes file, and I actually created a folder here earlier called to GoodNotes 5. And as you can see, it's already saved it. If I hit upload, it's going to just save another copy of it on there. And you just kind of wait for it to process. And since I put quite a bit in this little planner, it might take a few minutes. I guess that's the only downside to doing this manually, but it does force you to kind of look at your stuff and to kind of go through it and only keep the really important stuff. I know I have a lot of test stuff in here that I like to do. But it's nice to kind of start with a clean slate too. I kind of do that with new computers as well. So let's go ahead and wait for this. Love real time. Okay. And I will also talk about organizing your files in GoodNotes 5 as well. It's a little bit different. They actually got rid of the word categories in 5, but now they just use folders, which is the same idea. And this goes through the little process, and now it's done. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of 4. Let's start at 5 and go back into my documents, and I want to go to new, and you're going to import it again. You want to go, now this opens up in the file, so you really do need to connect your Dropbox, OneDrive, Box, whatever external drive that you have. And you can do that by just hitting that edit. You can turn on certain things, turn them on or off, access to it as you need to. I put this in GoodNotes, and then I put this into GoodNotes 5. And as you can see, I'd already done this as a test to make sure. So I was going to open this up. And there it is, today at 10:06, and here it is. And let's go ahead. And this is already like ready to go. It's already in the right mode. So the links still work. Everything is still there. And let's go ahead and edit, and my stuff is still movable. So that is all there is to it when you're exporting from 4 and going into 5, and you can do that with your sticker pages and all that kind of great stuff. This is also why I save my sticker sets this way, because it's just that easy to go from GoodNotes 4 to 5. And I will show you the next thing that's up is going to be creating categories and master categories. So I will talk to you about that next video, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.